Huh? Huh?
Welcome to Moms Living the Dream Life, how to raise a happy family while building the business of your dreams. I'm the host, Sophia Makers, and I'm here and I'm creating this interview series actually to help moms say yes to their dreams, to empower them and let them know that it is possible to raise a happy family and build your dream business and say yes to your dreams. So for that reason, I've interviewed 21 amazing mompreneurs that are making it happen, and they are sharing their journey with you. And today I have the amazing Judith. Hello, Judith.
Hey, Sophia.
And I see little Tyler there. And hello. And
Yeah.
Judith K. Rich is the founder of Rebel Mom Consulting Success in Business and Life.
I'm asking you.
As a mindset and online business coach, she works with women who want the world to go their way and are unwilling to tolerate or settle for less than their dreams. Before Judith became a business coach, she was a professional athlete for 17 years and living her dream. She did what she was passionate about, earned her living from it, and traveled the world. Amazing. After her sports career, and she started her first network marketing business. After 3 years of ups and deep downs, Judith started working with mentors and coaches, finally celebrating her breakthrough and naturally transitions into also coaching others. In the past year, Judith has coached and helped dozens of business mamas get rid of the overwhelm of building a business, develop individual marketing strategies, and achieve better results to be able to live the lifestyle they dream of. Judith, thank you so much for being here with us, and I'm sure you have so much to give.
Thank you so much for having me and for having Tyler as well. So,
Okay, Judith, let me begin. So, would you like to share how it all started? Like, what were you influenced by, or what was the reason you began this journey?
yeah, Tyler. So the whole online business journey I began. It actually started when I was still a personal fitness trainer, and I was trading time for money. And I was also still bobsledding at that time. So in the winter I was away. That means I couldn't work, so I didn't make any money. But on the other hand, I spent a lot of money.
Isn't that awesome?
And when I got introduced to network marketing, then I realized, like, okay, well, there's a better way of doing it, of not trading time for money and earning a residual income. And that's how everything started. And first I did it offline. Then a year later I went online, because I saw, like, okay, offline I'm not getting anywhere. And online, as you already said before, you can reach much more people. And that's how I got started. And then, I added different income streams. And then end of 2016, so when Tyler was a year old, everything like just crashed. And company problems, payout problems, whatever. So my whole business crashed, and I had to like really think about, okay, what should I do next? What kind of changes do I have to make? And that's when I actually started to studying online marketing and to researching, okay, what is a better way of doing online marketing, and what other companies or businesses or fields are out there that I could look into. And that took me for about a year, or almost a year, until it really clicked. And then last year in August or like July, I made the decision, okay, now I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do something. I'm going to build momentum, and I'm going to help other moms with their business, because I studied so much. I worked with mentors and also coaches. I hired my first coach. And and that's how I began, So I was doing Facebook challenges. He's waving at you.
Yeah. Oh, I waved him before. I didn't see that. His hand was down lower. Hi, Tyler.
So I was doing Facebook challenges last year. So I started them. There were 5-day challenges and 10-day challenges. And and I helped moms, especially with their network marketing or direct sales business. And then I got asked if I also do one-on-one coaching. I think that was in, I can't remember, October last year, October, November. And then I was actually like, yeah, why not? Because now I got some experience already. I know what most business women, business moms are struggling with. And that's actually how the whole idea of starting my own coaching business
Wow.
began, and then, and then beginning of this year, I decided, okay, that's what I'm going to focus on now, 100%. And and I went forward, and
awesome.
And now we're here.
Yes, and you're here. Awesome. And you're empowering and you're growing every single day and every year. And what I'm glad you mentioned about network marketing. Most of the moms that I've talked to all began from there, and that they were influenced from a network marketing company, and they all began. And see, the thing that you mentioned also is that the company crashed. So now, like, you're building your own business, so you are responsible for your business and your growth. So doesn't that make you feel like safe that, okay, it's what I do, what I put into my business is what I will be creating, and not worry if the company is going to crash or not?
Exactly. That is such a big reason. And because with all the experience I made before, it was always like, oh, I'm depending on somebody else. If they can't pay out anymore, I have no income.
Exactly.
So, and now it's really up to me.
Beautiful, beautiful. So while you were building and making your first steps, and as you said, Tyler was a baby, what were the fears you mostly came up with? Like, what were the fears that you had to face?
What were the fears to face? Oh, well, one of them was like the imposter syndrome, So when I just when I just started out as my own business, as offering my own coaching, then I was like, well, yes, I already got some experience, and I was a professional athlete for 17 years. So almost my entire life I worked with coaches. So that's why I know a lot about mindset. I know how to build a business. But still, it's the thing to put yourself out there and really be certain about it and be confident about it. That was something I really struggled with in the beginning. But that changed over time. And,
how did it change did that change with the mindset, like shifts, like strategies, or just day by day by doing what you need to be doing, it just became your comfort zone from your
different things. I think the most important thing for me is always to make a decision, because every time I made a decision to make something happen, then I just went out there and I did things even though I was scared of doing them. For last year, for example, I started doing Facebook Lives because I knew video on Facebook is a big thing, and it helps people to get to know you better. And of course, I can deliver my message and people can see immediately if they like my style, if they like me, or, if not, then they can turn it off, and that's it. And of course, it helps you to gain more reach and all of that. So it's a real booster for building a business. So I knew this, and that's why I started doing it. And and really making the decision, and then it's kind of like my mindset follows. Before I make the decision, then I'm like, it's always like kind of procrastinating, and I know I should do something, and and I know I should do these action steps, but I'm not doing it because I'm still kind of hesitating, procrastinating because of fear, fear getting out there.
Yes.
But once I made the decision, then I don't know, it just happens.
It just shifts. It's like, okay, it's natural.
Yeah.
It's not decision, because like when you make a decision, there's no buts or going back. It's just, I decide to do this. You can't decide two things that spontaneously, so it's, I decide to do this. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. So while you were doing all this, did you have support from your family, from your husband? Because I'm sure it was time consuming, and with the baby, coming to the world. Yes.
My husband is helping me as much as he can. So, he also has a stressful job, and he also wants to relax a little bit in the afternoon. But, when I say like, I really need some time right now, then he also takes him and goes to the park with him or do whatever, even though he would like some time for himself. Or during the weekend as well, sometimes I go somewhere in a cafe and sit there for hours because, I don't have anybody who's disturbing me.
Yes.
And also what I started, I think Tyler was like 17-month old. We started going to a play group. So, and he went there 3 hours in the morning, and they have a little nice cafe, and I could sit in the cafe while he was playing in the group for the 3 hours.
Oh,
So
awesome.
that was a really big help. And then I had like, in the beginning it was 5 days a week. And then this year it changed to 3 days a week. So
Oh, that's awesome. So you figure out ways to do and find time for your business and balancing out your family. And at least your boy was having a great time. So it wasn't like he was closed up in the home and
yeah,
doing nothing and mom on the computer. So that's awesome. That's a
exactly.
great combination. Awesome. So, okay. Now, what about personal time for you? Do you believe in me time and self-care, and if that is important for you to move forward?
Absolutely, yes. And you know how we moms are, we can't forget
Yes.
taking our own time, we're there for everybody else but for us. And so this is something really that I had to schedule it.
Yes.
So for a year I was doing CrossFit twice a week, and I really scheduled it, and I had my days Wednesday and Saturday. So my husband knew, okay, Wednesday evening and Saturday morning I'm away for CrossFit. So it was 3 hours that I had for myself. And now I want to start yoga because I'm pregnant again. And
awesome!
And
congratulations! So that explains everything, Judith. That explains the yesterday.
Yeah. No, I always had migraine,
okay.
but now I can't take the painkiller that I usually take. So that's
okay.
why I always have to go through 3 days, and that's not
beautiful.
Yeah. So and I want to start yoga again because right now I'm in the middle of a launch, so that means I'm quite busy in the whole of August. And I did not really schedule time for myself, but I will definitely go back to it in September. And we're also going to go on holiday. But it is important to schedule it at least once or twice a week, that you have like at least an hour for yourself, even if it's like, I don't know, having a half an hour massage or doing sports, or I don't know, even if it's just going for a walk on your own.
Exactly.
But it's important because we need to refill our tank. We can't just always give. We also need some time for ourselves. And I feel when I'm not doing this, then I can really feel that I feel drowned after a while.
I feel you, because one of the reasons that I I went into depression when I had my second boy, it was because, as I said before, the interview, that I was doing everything else for everyone else. I wasn't doing anything for me. So my needs were like, okay, I'll say I'll do it later. And it never did it. And I would just fall asleep at night. So, and because health and fitness and taking care of myself was very important for me before even I had the kids, it was like very important. I stopped doing that. So even if I put like a half an hour, as you said, like a walk or running or some workout, some like that, like helps me be better mom to my children and a better wife to my husband, because I wasn't very nice when I wasn't doing what I wanted to do for myself first. So I just had to figure out, like, wake up earlier than what everyone else wakes up, so I could fit that in, because there was no other way. I would always say no. And I would be like in the middle, like, no, you didn't do it for yourself again. And I wouldn't feel well. So I'm really into that me time. It's very powerful. And my kids and my husband see totally, the difference. Yes. Awesome. So, as you said, planning it ahead. Do you in general plan everything ahead, like your whole family nights or days or your trips and your business? Is there like a plan you have, specific monthly plan?
It depends. Like now I have one because, I'm launching something. So I need to have a plan that I know exactly, okay, by when should I have finished something, or, when should I send out an email, do Facebook Live, do a post, whatever.
Awesome.
Otherwise, we're quite spontaneous when it comes to doing family trips, even if it's just for 1 or 2 days during the weekend. So that most of the time happens very spontaneous. Otherwise, of course, if we're planning a bigger holiday, then we plan that a little bit more ahead. But otherwise, it's not so much planned out. Only, as I said, when I was doing CrossFit, then I had my days, and I knew, okay, Wednesday, Saturday, so that was like already planned and scheduled. But yeah, otherwise I always have to look, also if you have other appointments, like now, for the new baby, you have to do the checkups and all of that. And things now with Tyler when we have to go to the doctor. So, you always have to see, okay, what happens when, and then you put your schedule around it.
Exactly. And with your husband, do you have date nights? Do you have help to, like, a babysitter to take care of Tyler so you could have some time with your husband? Or is it just, home at night when Tyler's in bed and, okay, let's watch a movie? Or
Yeah. We really, that is actually a pity. We really did not, since he's born, we did not have a date night, So,
yeah, I get you. I understand.
So it's really more like when he's in bed, then, well, a lot of times I work at night. But of course, some nights also like, okay, tonight I want to relax, it's mostly during the weekend, because during the week I'm really trying to, do my stuff. Because also during the weekend, my husband can stay up a little later because he's getting up really early, like 4:30.
Oh, wow.
He starts working at 7:00. So, and then it's during the week, it's a little difficult. So during the weekend is a little better. Yeah, but, I don't know, maybe we're going to have a date night, before the new baby comes. So, because a few weeks ago he stayed, not overnight, but he fell asleep there, and I picked him up at 11:30 or something at night. He stayed at a friend's house. So she has a son who's a year older.
Oh, okay.
So, and at that night we really needed somebody to look after him. And then I asked, and it really worked out well. So, maybe that is an option for later to do it again, that we can go out and have dinner, or go to the cinema or whatever.
Yes, I totally get it, because I had no help. My mom wasn't living close by, and I had no help, and 2 kids. My husband worked so many hours at a crepe shop that we have. It's a 24/7. So he would work all night, like from 5 p.m. to like 7 in the morning. So I was like so many hours, and then he would sleep all day. And so I was like basically nighttime with the kids by myself and all day by myself. So it was really hard for me to figure it all out. And at some point I would just, for my certification, I would have to wake up in the middle of the night. Like I would sleep 9 p.m. with the kids, and then wake up at 2 to 5 a.m. was like my working time to get all my things together. But it's like I consider myself a workaholic and like passionate for what I do. So it's like, wow, it did burn me out like after a while. So I had to take it easy and stop doing that. But I knew like it was for a reason. It was for a short time. That after I would, know how to schedule.
And there was like a finish line,
Yes,
so.
Yes. That kept me going. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep for. But it's not that easy. But if you know what you want to do and you have a passion, so it all works out.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so what do you advise moms that want to take that step forward? They have that burning desire of doing something different and actually going for their dreams, but they believe they can't. They either have to wait for their children to grow, either they have to wait till something happens, and others wait and don't do nothing. But what is your advice to give to those moms that have that burning desire to go forward, but they're not doing it yet? So we could help them out, empower them.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually have two advices. So the first one is to make the decision. And because once you make the decision, and of course you also need to talk to your husband and family, depends on how big your children are, so that everybody works together and that you get the support that you need in order to, because building a business takes time and effort. So, and you need the support. You can't do it by yourself, and you need your family to help you, so that you will find the time to do it. And once you made the decision, you will find the time. There will always be arrangements that you can make.
Exactly.
And the other advice is to get help. Get a mentor, get a coach, get somebody who went through this, who went through the same process that you are going to go through, and who can show you the pitfalls or help you to avoid the pitfalls or go through them faster, and really help you to push through the boundaries, and go beyond what you think is possible for you. Because we very often, we as I said before, we have imposter syndrome. There are fears holding us back, and if we don't have somebody who's pushing us and showing us a way through it or around it, then it takes much longer than if you have the support that you need.
Yes, oh my God, I totally agree with that, Judith. It saves you so much time and stress, and just go and say yes to who inspires you, who has what you got, and just say yes and work with them. It's so much like, sometimes, they say I have no money, but it's the time that you are going to save working with this person that you're going to make up for that money that you invested. It's an investment. Yeah. Oh, yes, I totally agree with that. Thank you so much. So would you like to share a few things about the gift you're giving to the interviewers, to the viewers, to the moms?
Yes, it's a free training. It's actually a live webinar that I'm going to do, but for them it will be a free training, and it's about how to launch your biz without the overwhelm. So I'm giving a step-by-step guide, what it is that you need to do in order to be ready and launch your business.
Awesome. So what we need if the mom wants to move forward, right? The first steps, exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Judith, for being here. Thank you for Tyler being here, if he could hear us.
Magst du Tschüss sagen?
Oh, is it? Hi.
No, he's not hearing us.
Oh, yeah, you have it. Hi. Thank you so much, Judith, for your time and your advice. And have a beautiful day. And thank you, everyone, for watching.
Yeah, thank you, too.
Bye.